Good evening, bonsoir, Ani, and welcome. I'd like to call this meeting to order. I'd like to begin this meeting by acknowledging that we are in the traditional territory of the Anashwabi peoples in the Robinson-Huron Treaty area and wish to recognize the neighboring community of the Okis First Nations. While we meet today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands which we each call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations peoples that call this land home. And so with that, I need a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda. Moved by Dave and Renee. All those in favor? Thank you. Any disclosures of pecuniary interest tonight? Seeing none. Tonight, we like to welcome a delegation. We have Richard Maillard and Marc Gebauer from the Métis Nipissing families, who will do a presentation on the organization, their members, their mission and objectives. So I would ask you both to go to the mic, and you need to press the button so that we can hear you, because we do have counselors and the audience who will be listening to your presentation as well.
Miigwech, merci. Thank you. Je m'appelle Richard Maillard, je suis président des familles métisses du Nipissing. I should keep it in English, I guess, eh? Okay, in English. So we are a Métis group. We are a nonprofit organization, and we call the French River area our lands. And the Métis Nipissing families, they come from way back, from the 1600s. As they were voyageur families. And as we all know, the French River was the middle point to go to Thunder Bay, and they would stop and they would have rendezvous, what they call. That's the difference between a powwow with First Nation, Métis rendezvous, and they would exchange what they had with the First Nations here. We only consist of 2 families, and the families are all from River Valley, St. Charles, Noelville, Albin, Rudder. And they've been here since 1905 for one family. And the other family is connected with 1895 with the Monetteville. So we go way back in time. And we're here just to explain. We didn't bring a presentation because we felt it wasn't at the proper time, so sorry about that. Maybe another day we'll come back with a formal and explain the whole history of our families. So tonight we're here we had our rendezvous last year at the Rod and Gun Club, and to our knowledge, the people said it was a great success. And we want to grow the rendezvous here. It was our first time having it, but we want to continue having it in the French River area. And we're just, if you feel in your heart, what we're asking is get to know us. We'd like to have a meet and greet with everybody on a, one-on-one. And if you have in your heart to help support our organization, our families that live here today, most of you know the families. It's descendants of Groslo family and the Charities. So the descendants are Prévost, Lemieux, Sabourin, Hébert, Chartrand. There's a whole pile of families. We're all related here. So for next year, all we're asking is maybe if there's funding available from the municipality to give us a chance to help us grow the rendezvous to what it should be. We had rendezvous with the French River Métis tribe at one point. It seems to have died, but we want to make it back alive and make it a point that it be a tourist attraction with the music that we're going to bring, and maybe get a piece of land someplace and make it grow annually to have a Métis Fest in the future. So thank you. And that's all I'll say for tonight. And hopefully we can meet again and sit down and have a good conversation about the Métis people of this region, which you probably don't know they're Métis because they never mentioned that. But after we talk, then you'll know who we're talking about, and it's families from here. So miigwech, and thank you. If Mark wants to say a word, I'll pass the mic to Makebaya. So
Mark.
merci, miigwech.
Oui, j'ai des questions. Okay,
Did you want to ask a question now or after?
go ahead.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Chair. What exactly do you plan on using the money for? Like exactly, like if we would to give money, what is it exactly for to grow?
It's for cultural stuff. Like we want to do, if we had a little bit more money to operate,
Yeah.
we could have like workshops, like we could do a hide, let's say, anything that goes to our cultural and heritage, songs, just to attract people, even if it's for the advertisement part of it or something, you know what I mean? We got our own peoples. A lot of it is in kind. So, but some stuff we can't have in kind. So let's say if we need a sound system, let's say for the music part, you know, to make as we grow. Last year was okay. It was minimum. We had about 200 people. But if it continues and you start getting 400 or 500 people, then we got to work on bigger stuff, right?
Okay, because I'm thinking maybe instead of money too, stuff in kind, like maybe the Joe Chartrand Park, or if we have systems for music or anything, or maybe our website, we can help advertise something like that, or a Facebook page. That would help a lot too.
Because we had a discussion with the mayor, Giselle, about the Chartrand Park and all that. The only thing is when you bring food at the park, then it becomes
There's licensing,
like licenses and all that, which is fine. But then you got no, like if it rains or if it's sunny, very hot, they don't have a building to sit underneath, right?
You
For
have
the
to have some
elders and all
temporary
that.
tents or something.
Yeah, so we would like to have a meeting to have like suggestions of maybe partnering together for funding for that, you know, that stuff. If it's allowed to do in the park, maybe that's not allowed, you know. Or another place that's available, a piece of land or something that we could use, and then other organizations could use it at the same time, right? You could have your mini concerts of Francophone music, English music, you know what I mean? Partner with everybody.
Well, I think that's kind of what we had intended with the Joe Chartrand Park and something like that. Yeah.
I'd love to have it at the Joe Chartrand Park.
Yeah.
It would be lovely. It would be lovely having it there. I guess my question to you would be, are you not planning to have one this summer?
Yes.
A rendezvous in
Yes, August 20th.
August. Okay, that's what I thought.
So we're going back to the Rod and Gun.
Oh,
Club
you're going back to Rod and
Rod and
Gun.
Gun.
Oh, okay.
For this
okay,
year,
that's-
because we couldn't settle, you know, on the, c'est l'abri, right?
C'est l'abri.
You know, so.
You know, another suggestion would be if you're looking at, I mean, the fields out here, and if l'abri would be, you know, maybe the arena in the summer because it's not used, as long as you're not in competition with the baseball tournament. So there's lots of options that we'd be more than happy to sit down and discuss with you as well. If you're looking for other types of financial support, I know L'Alliance is also a very good community partner that you may want to go there and have a discussion with Stéphane and some of the other people.
Yes.
at,
Yeah, we're planning on coming back
Okay,
and talk to businesses and
Yeah.
whatever, whoever we can, right? Yeah, I was gonna say something on my mind, but Mark wants to say
Yes.
something, so I'll let him
Mark.
speak and.
I realize there's not much time, but just to clarify, there's two things that happen at a rendezvous. It's a cultural event and music is an important part of it. So last year we had Duncan Cameron is a violinist, well, not a violinist, fiddle player. And you can't get people of that caliber without paying them. So we're kind of using people that are around. So we did get Cafe Musique, which is in Sudbury, gave $200 to get somebody like that. You know, Rick's, like we kind of put our money in, to be honest with you, to get this thing going, right? So it's been the second year. We put our money in, our own personal money. We bring people into the community. You know, we had about 200 people. This year we want to expand that. The hope is that if we get funding, some help from you, and I mean, we had one-year counselors that were at Monsieur Hazlitt was there. I don't know, he said he was going to speak to you about what went on there. And he suggested that we come to you to ask for financial. So in kind is fantastic. You know, we have an AGA, we need, you know, we need so that we could do it online, like Zoom or something. So maybe like a place to do that, that's great. If there was a kitchen that we could use, that's great. But I mean, we're coming to you in part for financial help, right? For next year's AGA. So what I would suggest is like this year, our budget is about $6,000 that we're looking, that we're kind of, last year we spent 3,000, but that doesn't include the people who played for free, the equipment that we got brought in, the sound man, that's not included in that, right? So now we're looking at $6,000 for our activity. We're not looking for $6,000, but anything is better than, and we're a new organization. When you try to look for funding and you're 2 years old to 3 years old, you can't get that from government, you know, different cultural, right? So we're trying to, we came here to ask you, yes, for other things. We had these discussions before, and the things that you suggested last time. So here where it's a bit more formal, we're asking you to consider, but I'd suggest you all come out on August 20th to see what it is. We also have an AGA, an annual meeting that's part of it, and you'll see how we run. And, you know, hopefully that's something you can consider for next year.
Yeah, you know, a suggestion would be to perhaps develop a sponsorship package for us to consider. So
Okay.
Put together a proposal of
Okay.
what you're looking for
Okay.
and what the sponsorship would cost. And you need to get that to us if you want it included in the budget for next year, as I was telling you the last time, in November, no later than November.
Okay. Is there a format for that, or is there any?
Yeah, you can write it into a letter or proposal, or,
Okay.
and if you need assistance with that, I'm sure
Because you
can give
suggest you suggested we come here tonight.
Yes, so that
So,
the
perfect. Yeah.
counselors become familiar with
Right
your
on.
organization.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and if you wish, you know, a donation, cash donation, then you should send a letter
Okay.
to council requesting a donation, whether you want $200 or $300
Yeah.
or
Okay.
whatever for this year, but
Yeah.
for the following year,
Yeah.
I strongly recommend you develop like a sponsorship package, and you can present that to the businesses here, because
Yeah.
I know a lot of businesses would support you, and then you could raise your $6,000 quite easily.
And that was the plan.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. But if we could do the same thing with you, that's
Yep.
good to know.
Yep.
That's the next step. Excellent.
Yes. So and if you need some assistance, you just let us know.
Yeah.
I have Councillor Dean. And Dave, did you want?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Two things. I completely agree with the mayor. A proposal with some details makes it much easier for council to consider money when we know what it's going to be for and how it's going to be used. So if you are planning on doing this, by all means, get it on paper so we have something to look at. The other thing I wanted to say was I really enjoyed reading the information that was contained on our agenda here about the Métis, and particularly your group of Métis, and where the lands that they represent, and the families that were involved. I found that very interesting. I think you should I think you should consider finding a way to publishing that in a booklet form of some type too, because you'd be surprised how interested people would be in that. And the people right in this area who are not aware of some of the things that you have got contained in that. So
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed reading that.
Great, thank you.
I have Dave and then Vinny.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, to you. I'd like to have a little conversation maybe after the meeting or any other time there, if I can get your contact or something. Just, I have a couple ideas for fundraisers that might help you guys.
Excellent.
Get some good contacts.
Okay, merci.
Vinny?
So just out of curiosity, I know, Richard, we've worked with you in the past with the FRCIC. Have you reached out to them to work together with that group? I mean, now we have a location, we have the gallery. It may be a place for you guys to hold your meetings and stuff. So maybe a conversation with Diane. And we have Joanne Longboat that is back on board with us. So we are really, trying, now that we have our own location, really trying to tie all our cultural groups together, trying to work and do events and that kind of stuff. And now that we have a location that is our home, it may be something that you can reach out to them and, maybe we have workers now because we have a tourism kiosk in there. So having your information there at the kiosk booth for people that come in, the tourists that travel in the area. And then, through our Facebook page and that, they could always, we're always looking to promote the cultural activities that are going on. So that may be something also. And I know they've looked at, they have a few partnerships with the high school also, with Monica Bayer. And so they've worked on some cultural aspects there. The students at the high school are redoing the tennis court there. And they do have a section that represents the Métis and the First Nation there. So that may be another section that you guys can reach out to them. Just to have the Métis information out there in the area so that people are aware that you are out there. And I've attended many of your rendezvous in the past, not the one last year, but in the past years, and they are a great event. And I think it's important, to keep the cultural aspect of the area alive and for people to get to know our roots, right? I think that's very, and like Dave said, there's a lot of ways to fundraise out there and a lot of different options as far as grants and stuff. So maybe through the gallery and Diane, they could, maybe you guys could work together and maybe have a little section where is a Métis section in the gallery or something. I know maybe that would be something to, that would promote the Métis year round kind of thing. So maybe just a suggestion.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that because we are in contact with Diane in the art gallery. We're designing for the Pac Chatrin an art piece that represents our two families. So we got the Métis artist and she started working on it right now. So it's going to tell the story in that piece of art. So, and then we're supposed to come and play music in the art gallery and, show who we are, so it's in the works. And that sponsorship plan, it's in the works too, so.
Perfect. So when you're ready with your sponsorship program, you give us a call and put a request in.
Yes.
And
Okay.
then we'll take it back here. Okay.
Very kind of you.
I have two counselors on Zoom right there. Counselor Richard or Bob, did you have any questions? You're okay? You're okay? Sometimes I forget they're there and then they remind me.
The days of virtual, eh?
I know.
Sorry, I was on mute, but I did say I was okay. Sorry.
I can read your lips or I can read your mind.
Hey, oh boy.
All right.
So on that note, if there's nothing else, I'd
Thank
like to say miigwech for you for letting us speak, in front of the council. And hopefully we'll have other meetings and evolve into something else. So miigwech.
I encourage you to keep in touch with us and we will assist you, in getting, to guide you to get to your goal into the education part of
Because we're not a political group, but we're
No.
becoming a political group. So we need lots of help, right? So miigwech again. Thank you.
Miigwech. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to item 6.1, which is general government. So we have before you a recommendation from the Sudbury East Municipal Association, SEMA, for all the 4 municipalities to adopt the Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan. And tonight here as well is Donna Stewart from DSAB. We just saw Donna the other day when she kindly attended the SEMA. Just to give you a very quick background, I don't know if you recall, but about two years ago, Mark? Almost 3. Oh, time flies. The province is forcing each municipality to develop a community safety and well-being plan. Bob is the chair of that committee right now and is the counselor that is representing us. So finally, after so many years of trying to get together, a plan was put in place and it was presented to SEMA last week, was it? Last Wednesday. And now SEMA is making the recommendation that the plan that you found in your package be adopted so that we meet our legislative requirements. We do not have any costs attached to it. We're not asking councils to approve any monies attached to this, but this will meet our legal requirements into having a plan, even though we're 1 year late in our plan. So Mark, did you have something? And then Donna?
You pretty well summed it up appropriately, Madam Mayor, and thank you for doing that. And yes, we're approximately a year behind. The one thing that I'll add is that as we were working through this, I want to thank the Donna and DSAB and the ambulance chief for their assistance and guidance. We wouldn't have been able to get to where we are without them. And SEMA made a decision late last year to bring in a consultant to assist us in developing a plan because we were struggling. It was getting very complicated. Thanks to some shared services funds that were still made available, we were able to not bring any additional costs to the joining municipalities. And each municipality passed a resolution in 2019 to form a joint committee and a joint plan. So that's where we are now. Hopefully that all municipalities have been asked to pass this resolution adopting the plan in June so that we can forward the plan officially to the Solicitor General's office, which has been in communication with me in the spring asking where our plan was.
Donna, did you have anything you'd like to add?
Thank you for the opportunity, Madam Mayor. Bonsoir tout le monde. I just wanted to add with respect to next steps, aside from the point that Mark just made with the submission to the Solicitor General, just wanted to reassure the group that the DSAB is committed to ensure that the plan doesn't sit on someone's shelving and that the action items in the plan are taken seriously. We're just in some conversations around next steps, but just wanted to make mention to this group that it's an important plan. An investment in financials went, plus people's time went into doing consultations. A lot of work was had, and I just want to reassure everyone that it won't collect any dust. And I'm here, and I'm happy to take any questions, should anyone have any.
Thank you. Any questions from members of council? Rick?
Nope.
Bob knows it. You're okay, Rick?
Yes, thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Oh, can you put your?
It's going to take a lot of effort on somebody's part to put a lot of it in place. I mean, I read it all through and kind of mind-boggling.
All right, well, with that being said, I need a mover and a seconder. Renee and Dave.
It is duly moved and seconded, whereas at their meeting held November 26, 2020, SEMA created terms of reference to establish a committee to develop a joint Sudbury East Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan as per Ontario Regulation 52718. And whereas the draft Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan was endorsed by the committee for recommendation by SEMA. And whereas at the meeting held May 25th, 2022, SEMA accepted the plan as presented and recommended that it be adopted by each member municipality to be then submitted to the Solicitor General for compliance. Therefore, be it resolved that Council adopts the Sudbury East Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan 2022-2025 as presented.
All those in favor? Thank you. It is passed. So Donna, thank you again for making yourself available last week and again this week. And I think, are you off to St. Charles to their council too?
I haven't heard back regarding when St. Charles Council meeting is, but off to Killarney next week.
Okay,
Yeah, so really appreciate the opportunity to speak and to answer any questions, and feel free to reach out to the DSAB if after the meeting you have questions. We're always available to answer.
much appreciated, Donna. Thank you.
Have a great evening, everyone.
You too.
Bye.
All right, let's move on. There's no report under 6.2 finances. 6.3 public works, environmental services. So Noelville landfill site completion of the revision to the draft environmental assessment. And I believe Bob's here for that. To you, Bob.
Yes, good evening, Council. So we're bringing to you an information report for the environmental assessment, the EA. As you know, we've approached or we put a request for proposal out in April of 2021, and EXP was the successful bidder for to complete our EA. We received the final draft from them, and tonight we're asking Council to be able to post it for a notice of assessment. I believe it has to be posted for 45 days for review, and any questions. And if Council has any questions after they've read this 900-page document, they can forward it to us and we'll forward the questions to EXP for explanations.
So I'm assuming that the 900-page voluminous report that'll be posted on our website.
That's correct.
Okay. Any questions for Bob? Not yet? Yeah.
You're gonna
It'll
let
take
us-
more than a day to read the 900 pages.
Can you read those pages for us?
I can start, but I believe I think it will be a while.
Just out of curiosity, because I haven't seen the report, but is there like an executive summary?
There is.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I'll read that part. And then I'll go to the subjects. Okay, thank you. Any other comments for Bob? Seeing none? Oh,
I
sorry.
just also had the same comment as I was going to ask if we have a little detailed report on the basics of it, but I guess we'll wait and read it and then we'll discuss later.
Sounds good. Any other comments? Seeing none? All right, let's move on to 6.4. We have a resolution before you to award the contract for the supply and installation of the heating, cooling, condensation unit for the ambulance station within the municipal complex. So I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Bob and Rick.
It is duly moved and seconded. Be resolved that Council awards the contract for the supply and installation of the heating and cooling condensation unit to DMC Electric and Mechanical Limited for an amount of $26,063.40 plus applicable taxes.
Any questions for Bob on that one? Okay,
Do we have a budget amount on this?
yeah, we did.
Do we roughly know? Are we within budget or?
Our budget was 30,000.
Okay, thank you.
It's good. All those in favor? Q. Move on to 6.4.2, the chair's report for Recreation and Community Advisory Committee, and I'm going to turn it over to Madame Renee.
Hello. So we had our meeting last week and we went over a few things. We talked about having Canada Day festivities at Joe Chartrand Park this year. We have a $10,000 budget. If it rains, if they called for rain a few days before and we see it's going to rain, we're going to move it to the arena. But we're really hoping we could have it at the Joe Chartrand Park, and it'll be hopefully our sound system will be in, and it will be the beginning of what we would like to see use of the park again. So I know Richard talked to the sound guy. There's still some stuff on back order, but we're gonna hope that we could get it in time. We have a few some musical talent that's already on the list for that day. And I believe we have the local La Boîte à Lunch fish truck that's gonna be there on Canada Day. We are also looking at having all the kids get free hot dogs and juices. So that way parents that come with their kids, you don't have to pay for the kids to eat. So it might encourage, sometime it becomes quite costly if you have 3 or 4 kids. So we're looking at that and some bouncy castles, and then to come back here and have the fireworks in the back here of the municipality at nighttime. So that is what we've discussed, if everybody's okay with that. Also, we talked about just an update about the musical instruments that are going in Alvin. We already have them. That's waiting on installation for when they order the material for the park that we're putting in at Joe Chartrand. So hopefully they'll do all at the same time. That's what we're hoping for. And then Bob gave an update on the baseball fields. They've done a lot of work. They've filled in the ball fields, cleaned it all up. They've removed the old bleachers, replacing them with some new bleachers. So a lot of work's been done out there. And then we just basically had a round table discussion about different things. The horticultural had their meeting a few weeks ago. They used Joe Chartrand Park, which was really nice. We've also done the flower baskets are going up next week. So they are all ready and planted. We've done all the flowers in Novel. We're hoping to get out to Alvin on Sunday afternoon to get the ones done there. So we've been really busy with that. And that's about it that we've discussed for now. Progress is coming along with the beach in Alvin, so that they've keep working on that. And that's basically what we discussed at our meeting. So,
Any questions? I saw at the beach, there's a little shed there. I know I saw it. I didn't imagine it there, I promise. You didn't know? Is Bob back? Bob, is there a shed there, or did I see things?
There's a shed there. We're going to convert the shed to a washroom, change room.
Oh,
We're
perfect.
going to get rid of the other little shacks that are there.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And then we're going to be working on getting that big swing monster thing up too.
That's still in the works. We're still having trouble with getting an engineer to design it.
Oh, still, okay. Well, hopefully we get one. Questions? Nope. Okay, there's a resolution to adopt the budget for Canada Day. Is that what it is? I need a mover and a seconder, Renee and Dean.
It is duly moved and seconded, whereas at their meeting held May 17th, the Recreation and Community Advisory Committee discussed Canada Day 2022 festivities and have submitted their recommendation for council's consideration. Therefore, be resolved that council proceeds with the $10,000 budget for Canada Day as follows. So held in Nouvelleville at Joe Chartrand Park. The alternative location is at the Nouvelleville Community Center. Fireworks display up for $5,000, activities package for an amount of $2,000, the food and entertainment for $2,000, and a contingency for $1,000.
Right. All those in favor? Thank you. And enclosed in your package are the minutes of the advisory committee. We'll move on to 6.5, which is emergency and protection services. So we have a resolution to award the purchase of the portable fire pumps for the French River Fire Department. And I don't think Arak is here, right? So Mark, you're going to take that?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. As you see before you, the results of the request for proposal, we are slightly over budget. We budgeted 42,000. The lowest tender, meeting all the requirements, came in at 48,300. So we're recommending that council proceed with the replacements of the fire pumps or portable fire pumps for the fire department in the amount of 48,380 to the company meeting all the minimum requirements of TransCanada Safety.
Thank you. I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Rick and seconded by Dave.
It is duly moved and seconded. Be resolved that council awards the purchase of the portable fire pumps for the fire department to TransCanada Safety for $48,380.10 plus applicable taxes.
Questions? Oh, I see a whole bunch. We'll start from that end. Renee, Dave, and Dean.
Mark, do you know if we're gonna keep the old pumps and maybe give them to places, some islands or something that need them?
Through you, Madam Mayor, that is the plan that was discussed when this was put in place a year and a half ago.
Dave, you didn't have a question? Okay, Dean?
How many pumps
are Here.
How many pumps are we getting for 48 grand?
4.
4? It's not in here at all. I'm kind of curious. Thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor? Thank you. 6.6, there's no report for building planning and development. There's no correspondence. And we're on to the consent agenda. So I need a resolution to adopt the items contained in the consent agenda. Mover, Dean and Dave.
It is duly moved and seconded. Be resolved that council approves the items of the consent agenda under sections 8.1 and 8.4 and receives the items under section 8.2 and 8.3.
All those in favor? Thank you. There's nothing there. There's no notices of motion. Okay, let's go to announcement and inquiries. So we'll start with the Zoom people. Bob?
There, sorry, I was on mute. No, I have nothing at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Rishal?
Well, maybe the only thing I've been on that project to get the sound and lighting equipment, so that's coming shortly, and hopefully we'll be able to use that for different venues for July 1st and any other venues moving forward. So looking forward to that. Other than that, I'm good.
Thank you. Renee?
Just maybe a comment. So I know the first time we had the recycling, it went really well. I've noticed that last week when we had recycling, a lot of people forgot to put their recycling out. So I don't know if we could just maybe post like a day or two before on our Facebook page, just like recycling this Thursday, just till people get used to the groove of things. Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't see it, so I didn't get to share it, but so maybe my luck, I need to look more. But yeah, I noticed that this week. I said, oh, there's a lot of people that had not. So maybe we can, mention it to our neighbors. Hey, this week's recycling or something if we, happen to talk to somebody or if it comes up. So that's about it. Other than that, nice to see the beautiful weather here and happy to be planting and excited for all the good events coming on this summer.
Thank you. Dave?
I don't really have anything to announce, but just on Renee's comment, I'm one of those, I didn't use any yet because the first time I left on the Thursday for the weekend and the second time it had been 2 weeks. So on the Monday I had to go to the dump and I brought my recycling and I had too much. So I brought everything to the dump.
Dean,
No, I don't have anything at all to enlighten anyone with. So thank you.
so with regards to the recycling, just a comment. My brother called me at 6:30 in the morning asking me if it was recycling day. I was not pleased with my brother. And he says, but nobody has it out. And I said, it's 6:30, Bernie, like give him a chance. But on Presskill, they did have it out. So that's good. I just have a comment. I want to thank Renee because I know, Renee, you do a lot of work with your volunteers for planting and beautifying this municipality. And it's, we're lucky to have someone who really likes to do this, because if you count on me to do that, well, you wouldn't get it. So Renee, on behalf of council, and please extend our thanks to all your volunteers. I know, Angela, you're part of that group as well. So, and we're going to miss you when you move. Both Angela and Peter are moving on July 7th. Yeah. Yes, our audience is leaving us. Hopefully it's not something we said. So, but that's all I had. We should talk also maybe for July 1st. I can probably order from our the food bank more juices, so we don't have to pay for them, and we can use some of the juices there to give out to the kids, since we're not going to be charging them. Oh, donations. Okay, I'll keep it for somebody else. Good. And Mark, do you have anything?
I'm all good, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
For a minute, I thought you were going to have an announcement. I thought, oh, he's got an announcement. Mel? No? Who do we have out there? Bob and Mac, anything from you guys? And I don't see the names on the bottom, so.
Good, thanks.
Good?
No, I have nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And our wonderful audience, any comments? Yeah, you have to go to the podium. You have to, because of we're on YouTube.
Okay, Madam Mayor, just one comment. Was the advertising for some of the special events at the dump landfill? I myself was, there's a very, very small advert. Is there any chance of having something bigger and maybe flashing on the screen? Something like that. Yeah.
Sure. What advertising?
The way. Yeah.
Oh, I
And
haven't been to the
poisonous
landfill.
Poisonous liquid. A lot of people were there early in the morning, and most of them were saying, didn't know. No.
Really? Because it was advertised on social media.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was a big turnout.
It was
Yeah.
a big turnout, but they didn't know. No, so
Well-
it would be useful
Mhm.
if we could improve on the advertising.
So what would you suggest?
I would suggest something across the screen. People were going into the municipality, into the website. And if there was something flashing there just for 3 or 4 days, today is so-and-so. You can have
That's
it.
how I got mine, and I shared mine because it appeared on, I guess it was on Facebook. I guess if you're friends with the municipality, if you follow the page, it pops up and then I share. So
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who want to go there because it's a service offered by the municipality.
yeah.
Yeah, they want to go there and they remember, well, it was sometime,
Mhm.
the end of spring.
The thing with the website though, like me, like Facebook, I'll see it on Facebook, but on the website, I don't see it on the website unless I'm actually looking for something and I go on the website.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I don't, even if there's a big flashy thing, but I never went on the website to see it. And most people, I don't think, will go on the website every day and look what's happening really, unless you're actually looking for something.
yeah. Well,
So
that's if you're looking for something, you know that sometime around now, there's a hazardous waste or whatever there is there.
But if you know when you're searching, you will find it though.
I don't use Facebook. I use the
No,
web.
but even on the website, if you know when you search that word, you will find it.
Well,
It's just, it's not
I don't.
flashing like you say
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Just for everybody's information, everything that has to do with the landfill site, so either the hazardous days or the hours of the landfill site or any other special event for waste are advertised on our newsletters that we send to every taxpayer in the municipality. So every year we have those dates in advance. So we advertise there. So we're going to have another date in September. So September 17th.
I know, but it's no good advertising now
Mhm,
with the
yeah.
next newsletter.
Yes.
You want to advertise a few days, maximum 1 week in advance.
Yes.
People are looking specifically for something.
Yes. And we do, but there's always improvements. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Sure, go ahead.
Still on the waste. Where did the Tim Horton cups go?
They are recyclable.
Are they on there now?
Yes, they are.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All righty. We've already done the closed session, so we don't have to worry about that. I need a resolution to adopt the confirmation bylaw moved by Dean and Renee. All those in favor? Thank you. And I need a motion to adjourn, moved by Rick and Bob. And all those in favor? Thank you. Bonsoir. Thank you.
Right now.